I've been thinking a lot about like parents and like mistakes that parents make, and like, going no contact, and like in the light of Islam, how we're told to not break the bonds of our parents and stuff like that, parenthood, all of the things, right? So I I can remember when I became disillusioned with the fact that my dad was a superhero. I was a grown woman. This was recently, actually. I was on Umrah. And I started thinking about how I grew up, and I realized that I idolized my father based off the fact that although he was in active addiction, he did more for me than my mother. Therefore, it made him the superhero. When in reality, he wasn't really present. Like monetarily, he always took care of me, but he wasn't present. We didn't do anything together other than like if I was like in a bond, I would live with him. We might sit on the couch and read, but like dad to the movies, dad to the mall, dad to the this, dad to the that. I was very much left on my own. And during Umrah, I I had asked Allah to lay it in my heart to like forget my mom. That was the plan. I was gonna go there, I was gonna send her a long text message. But Allah in his infinite wisdom, in fact, had me reevaluate the relationship I had with my father, and I sent him a very long text message about oh boy, I was in tears. I was shattered. I was in shambles during Umrah. The entire Umrah, I was in shambles. Just about like our relationship, the things that he had did, the ways I was wronged, this, that, and the third. So I sent him a text message saying that, I forgave him for those things. And I did say in a text message, I'm not able to text my mom yet. I told him I'm not able to talk to her yet. I'm not there yet. But you can share this text message with her. Right? And my father wrote back something like, what about the things you did to me? Or something along the lines where I was like, the old me, it would have took me, broke me down. I'd have like, he didn't get it. But I was like, you know what? This is a person who has not changed. He doesn't have the capacity to receive what I'm giving. In his mind, this hurts so much, I gotta hurt you back, right? This is what I took from it. So I left it there. We did speak a couple times during Umrah. He told me how crazy, because I was going during, we in active conflict right now. Like, so this was recently. This was in March. So he did text me like, what are you doing there? Like, things were happening outside of where we were that we had no clue. Alhamdulillah, Umrah was great, but things was happening on the other side of Saudi. So I say all that to say that it's not the fact that I do have the capacity to give grace and to forgive, but what I don't have the capacity to do, right? Because I'm a parent now, so I know it doesn't matter how good you think you're doing, you could screw it up. In fact, in my overcorrection of how I was raised, I'm reeling in a strained relationship with my daughter. I'm reeling in a strained relationship with my daughter because of the overcorrection of how I was raised. I thought I was doing everything right, and in her eyes, girl, you was a tyrant. Like, what are you doing? Like, what, right? So, may Allah forgive me for any shortcomings in my in raising my baby. So I have capacity for forgiveness when you're raising a child, because nobody's done it before. Most people are young. My mom was 17, right, raising me. My dad was older. That's a conversation for a different story about how I feel about that as an adult. But my dad was older, and they had me. I'm my dad's only child. My mom had 2 more children after me. I don't have the capacity for forgiveness into adulthood. I don't have grace for when someone is telling you you wronged them. You don't have the ability to self-evaluate and say, okay, even if you feel as if the person is wrong, that's what I don't have grace for. So I understand how some people don't have the capacity for their parents. But I do encourage people to actually look at the mistakes, their shortcomings, being raised, and give their parents grace for that. Now, if your parent has not corrected their behavior, I don't have grace for parents who don't apologize. I don't have grace for parents who can't see what they did wrong. I don't have grace for parents who continue to make the same mistakes. That's what I don't have grace for. For me, especially, I need real conversations. So as a parent, if you wrong me, I need you to come to me and be like, dang, you know, I just ain't had no, I didn't have those skills back then, my bad, or whatever. I don't have grace for parents who pretend like things didn't happen. So just tying it back into Islam, like, I know I'm talking a lot, and inshallah, like, people, this is 5 minutes worth of talking, but this is what I do. Yes, be yapping. Bringing it back to Islam, when you tell people you are no contact with your parents, you don't talk to them, oh, we don't break the ties. But Allah also said we don't allow oppression. So I'm confused how you don't give those people understanding. Like, everybody don't have a perfect, I think a lot of it, though, especially for reverts, is tied into their past Christianity, where everything was cool, it was swept under the rug. I got forgiven, I got saved, this, that, and the third. So I think a lot of it is tied into that. And if we want to go deeper, I think a lot of it is tied into slavery. I do. I think we allow a lot because of just how we got here. How we got here. So I don't like when I hear people say, like, if somebody telling you, because you don't really, like, everybody don't want to tell you your business. That parent could have been the worst parent in the world, doing some unspeakable things to the child, and you telling them, don't break the bonds. No. What you have to do, what you should do, is be making dua for them. Oh Allah, please rectify their affairs. Whatever that looks like for them. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.